Please state your name and job.
Pete Conley, high school teacher and archery coach.
All right, thank you. How's your day so far?
So far, it's going good.
All right, it's nice to hear. It's nice to hear. How do you feel about the archery team making it to state?
The state tournament is one where we are automatically enrolled in, or we're automatically allowed to qualify. So it's more of a open tournament. So everybody gets to participate in that. So that's kind of how we gauge our tournaments and going to nationals. And so making it to state is just kind of the easy part, but qualifying for nationals, that becomes the more difficult part.
And has state already happened?
State happened last weekend. We did not do as well as we should have. We placed 10th in the state for our 3D tournament, so that qualifies us for the national tournament. So we will be participating in 3 of the 4 tournaments down in Kentucky.
Nice, nice. And when are those happening?
That is going to be May 10th through the 13th, I believe.
Okay. In your opinion, who did the best while you were at state?
Score-wise,
Within your archery team, of course.
the scores was, just give me a moment, I can pull this up. I want to say it was Emily and Sam. Just give me a moment, I can pull this up here. What you want to hear is dead silence, right?
Yeah, it's the best stuff right there. It's where we get the most information.
All right, I'm getting closer.
No, it's
I
fine.
found
It's fine.
Superior. So Sam Mozak was our top shooter for this tournament, and then Emily Reno in second, and Diedrich Nickley at third. So we compete both. As a team, you have both males and females on the same team, so everything gets kind of rolled into the same score.
All right. Do you have a proudest moment this year on the team?
Not yet this year. We're in the middle of trying to determine our nationals team, and I guess that's kind of my big thing right now is our kids establish goals, and as they achieve those goals, that becomes something that I become pretty proud of. And so everybody's goals are a little bit different, but having these kids choose an attainable but a difficult goal is one of the best things I think that we do. And so when they do achieve those goals, it's for me, it's a very proud moment.
Now, you talked about choosing your nationals team. What are you doing to prepare and to choose your nationals team?
So to choose our nationals team, we have to hit a threshold score, or the kids need to. And so we have so out of the tournaments, we have a 3D tournament, we have a bullseye tournament. The bullseye tournament, we went with a minimum of 260. And our 3D tournament, we hit a minimum of 250. And so those are the scores that these kids need to get in order to go to nationals. Now they have exceeded those. When they make their goals, this is kind of our minimum. We have kids who say, all right, I want to be at 285. And so this is, for me, this is just establishing our team, but then they go beyond what that minimum goal is, and they set a higher goal. And so that's why I say when we're dealing with these difficult but attainable goals, that's what I mean by they're exceeding that minimum goal that we set to go to nationals, and they're trying to get to a higher level beyond that. And so they have to hit those scores to go to nationals. If they don't, then they don't get to go.
When did you start coaching the archery team?
Well, that's we've been trying to figure this one out. I want to say, I think we started in 2010. I think this is my 13th year. It's within a year, give or take that one. But it's probably about 13 years now.
Why did you start coaching?
The first year that we did this, we had 3 kids So we never had a program here at the high school. Middle school has always had it. We had 3 kids transfer in who were, 2 of the 3 were state champions in the middle school level. 2 of them were national qualifiers, and so we knew we had a really strong group of kids who could shoot. And the fact that we didn't have something for them to do at the high school kind of set everything into motion, because I said it's an injustice to not allow these kids to participate at a high school level, because that's how good they were. And so we went through training, and then so myself and Coach Reynolds went through training to be able to coach, and then we've implemented that into the classrooms, which is one of the prerequisites. So when you were in 9th grade, you all shot, I think, in the multi-purpose room.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that's part of the one of the prerequisites for holding a archery team. And from there, those 3, over the next 3 years, we had 3 different state champions. And so Sabrina was a state champion, Alicia was a state champion, and then Billy was a state champion as well. And then they were all, with the girls, it was state champion, runner-up, and then they flip-flopped the next year. So it was, we've always had a really strong program, and so that's what we're trying to continue that tradition with what we're doing now.
Now, I do have to ask, what is your proudest moment in your career?
In my career,
As an archery coach?
as an archery coach, it would be, I would say, that year that we did have, Alicia was number 1 in the state and Sabrina was number 2 in the state. But there are so many. We had Talon about 4 years ago. She was a state champion in both bullseye and 3D turn, or she was runner-up in the 3D. So it's tough between those. I'd say those are probably my 2 top moments in my career.
Nice.
Can you tell me a little bit about 3D and bullseye archery?
Just about to ask that.
All right, so there's 2 separate tournaments. You have the bullseye tournament where you shoot 3 scoring rounds at 10 meters, and then you move back to 3 scoring rounds at 15 meters. So you're shooting 5 arrows at each round, and so you shoot 30 arrows with a maximum, just trying to think, so it's 5, 10, 30 arrows total, with a maximum score of 300. The 3D range, it starts with a 10-meter turkey, and then it goes back 1 meter for 6 targets, so you go back to your 15, and it's basically a 10, 11, 12 all the way back, and 5 arrows at each target, so you're scoring potential total of 50 points for each target.
All right, I think that's all we have. You got anything else?
I just want to thank you for your time and letting us interview you.
All right, well, thank you guys, I appreciate it.